Alright, welcome back to Let's Play Victoria 2, the last session, I think. I don't see any reason why I would split a 3-year session into 2 sessions unless there was a huge war, but I'd probably still play that all the way through. Anyway, this is the last session of Victoria 2. So, what we're going to do is we're going to play to the end, see if anything major happens, and then I am going to prepare for Hearts of Iron. One of the things I've been having suggestions as I asked for, so I'd like to thank everybody for suggestions and questions and stuff. Hearts of Iron 2 or 3, I'm still not sure on yet. I haven't had time to really do any tests, but I've been told that Hearts of Iron 2 is easier to mod, but I don't actually know. Since I've solved a few of my computer issues, I don't think my computer hardware will be an issue, since Hearts of Iron 3 is actually an older game than this. So, I'm pretty sure it is. I'll also do a little before and after to show what the world looked like at the beginning and what the world looks like now. I'm sure people who are familiar with the series can just go back through and look at all of the other episodes, or at the beginning, or just look at the thumbnail of the playlist, and it'll show what it looked like before. And then I'll do some map cleanup. I've decided what I'm going to do instead of doing like some fudging of the to set the alliances up. I'm going to do events in Hearts of Iron 3 to do that, or 2, whichever one I'm doing. So like right now we're allied with the German Empire and the United States. I don't want that to be the case in Rome and a bunch of people. We're allied with everybody. So yeah, we're allied with Asturias, the Roman Empire, the Knights, obviously, Rome, the Papal States. I'll have to make a better country for them. Portugal, because they're in our sphere. I don't think they're actually in our sphere anymore, but they're longtime ally. Polotsk, and then Sikkim and Bhutan, because they're actually in our sphere. And then we have New Zealand and South Africa and all our puppets. Rather, satellites. There was a suggestion to make the south of Africa into independent confederation, or an independent confederation. That's probably a good idea. Suggestion to make my supply consumption really high in Hearts of Iron 2. I'll have to look at the way that things are balanced. Releasing these guys as an independent. That might be a good idea. Because this is going to be really, really strong in Hearts of Iron. So, and then just focusing on my core here. But, I mean, I don't think we're going to have a want for resources, but since we have a bunch of industry here, I don't think we're going to have a want for that either. In any case, splitting up the United States. The United States unified itself, and I've been fighting their rebels, and most of these are angry rioters. The only thing that would really come of anything would be these communists here. There was 1 or 2 things that were like Canadian nationalists, and they were very tiny, so it doesn't look like... It looks like they're just wanting a different form of government, not to split up. And I've never seen any Mexican nationalists or anything, so they're just rioting right now. And we can use this turmoil to give them some interesting events in Hearts of Iron. So that's good. And one of the reasons I released this is to kind of give us a conflict point, so they can kind of want these islands from us. Rather, yeah, because they're in this, of course. So that's good. I was allied with Russia, but I'm not anymore. For a long time. And of course our old enemy, the Turkish Caliphate, in our former biggest enemy, Polotsk, which is now a small husk of what it used to be, with Persia's independence. Our stalwart ally in Rome. And then our other worst enemy, France, which is also a pale shadow of what it used to be. I'll do all the releasings like right before the end of the game, and some of the things I can't release, like I can't release this, so I'll just fudge that in the conversion, and I'll keep all the islands. I'll probably end up keeping Madagascar, just to keep my hegemony on the sea intact, and probably one of our first conflicts, if we get into conflict with Russia, would be these islands here. So yeah, at the moment, just to kind of look at things, the way I kind of want, if that's the right word, to end up, we need an axis. And right now, if we just go by forms of government, Germany is in Prussian constitutionalism, which is 2 steps higher, or rather 2 steps to the left of absolute monarchy, which is what we have. And then there's no real power that is fascist, which would be the next step to the right. So right now we're the axis as far as government sliding goes. You got like democracy in the middle, and then communism on the far left. And then you have the, what they called, you got your HM governments and your presidential dictatorships. These really are, depends on what type of government is in power. Your communists and your socialists on the Comintern side. So if we just go by forms of government right now, it's really, really weird, because Japan is the only communist great power. Well, I don't know, no, Mongolia, what is Mongolia? Presidential dictatorship, and they're right-wing. So, but the Netherlands is quite strong, so there's that. So that would be the Comintern. Then Russia used to be. But they're now a presidential dictatorship. And then the Ukraine, and no, Lithuania is not anymore. Well, the Ukraine's and Estonia are communists still, so. Well, fewer communists than there used to be, and then Catalonia is fascist, and Modena is communist. And France was almost fascist. They have a lot of fascism going on. Rome's fascist, obviously. And we're actually allied with more fascists than anybody else, so we're pretty close to Axis. And of course, the Romans are Prussian constitutionalism, which is closer to Germany in forms of government. I think we're going to be, instead of doing that, we're just going to be going with whoever's more closely allied to another, or how I want it set up. The logical thing to do would be to have something similar to the way you have it in Hearts of Iron, so they have to do less work. The German Empire is going to be ridiculously strong, so they're a worthy opponent for us, especially if we don't have this. So we, German Empire can be one of the main stalwarts, and they have France on their side, and Belgium, and so they're quite strong. And then they have the Ukraine and Hungary in their sphere, and Lombardia is their satellite, and of course Iceland is also their satellite. So that's a pretty strong side right there. Russia's kind of a wild card in this because it's changed governments a couple of times already. It went from communist to democracy, and then to presidential dictatorship now. Turkish Caliphate's been extremely stable. Theocracy. I've only seen a few rebels, but as we know, there's not a bug with theocracy that prevents it from happening, because it happened to Rome. Theocracy's fine. It's just that they've been very, very stable, and that boggles my mind, since they have so many places that aren't their primary culture. And they've got a few Turks, but not really that much. Mongolia as a great power is very interesting in that I think they'll end up, with Mongolia and the Turkish Caliphate, because they're allied right now, being a very strong Asian power. And Japan doesn't really like them, so this will be an interesting kind of pseudo-historical Japan attacks China sort of situation, even though there's no China, but Turkish Caliphate and Mongolia are close enough. And then that could bring them into conflict with us in the United States, because they have colonies in the area as well. And Portugal, which is our ally. So that's pretty well set up. I should really stop talking about this and just keep going with the game, and I'll be back when something interesting happens. Well, we've discovered rifled guns. I don't know why it makes monitors better, but it's probably just a very ancient discovery that we hadn't made yet. So, well, the other type of dictatorship has just happened in Morocco. The bourgeois dictatorship, or bourgeoisie, or I don't know. The non-unionists, left-wing dictatorship, anarcho-liberals. So that's interesting, I suppose. Oh, also, there are some Croatian patriots that have taken over this, so this is probably going to flip to Croatia here pretty soon. I'm surprised Serbia is still alive, but I think yeah, it's interesting at least. Oh yeah, that's a discovery. Armored citadels, which is a +3 dreadnought attack. Alright, we've discovered army risk management, which is a bunch of bonuses you can see right there. Yeah, as if you noticed, obviously focusing very heavily on military stuff. The reason for that is, well, the next game is very war-based, so it seems logical to be doing stuff like that. But actually, I am going to sink a couple of techs into commerce just to spread things out a bit. Let's do, what is the most stuff? It's like Keynesian economics. Okay, we'll go over that. No, that's auspicious. I broke my alliance with Germany, and now they're allied with Russia. Oh, okay. They declared war on Lithuania. For what purpose did they do that? Liberation of Warsaw. Okay, which is this. Yeah, they took that from them earlier. And, well, the Germans are going to help. Ooh. Could be pretty nasty for Lithuania here. Discovered alternative plans, which increases the speed of our armies, so that's really good. I'm just going to stop showing these. They're not really relevant anymore. Temperance League. With the ravages of alcohol taking a daily toll on our people, tearing away every day with newfound intensity, the moral and spiritual fabric of our national character, it becomes imperative for us to bond together in defense of public virtue, to educate and uplift the poor and the downtrodden to the virtues of temperance. For quite some time now, our country has been dealing with increases in the consumption of alcohol, readily available and cheap distilled spirits in combination with hard-working conditions. Make the poorer classes especially susceptible to this deadly poison. It comes as no surprise that a Celtic Temperance League has been formed. Could do this because it gives us a bunch of bad stuff. We can do this, which probably gives us a bunch of bad events. I don't really know. We'll see though. Bonk. Well, I don't see any reason not to do this right now. We can just fix it later. Fucking up all the factories. Jerks. There's the other one. Reset. Well, this looks like the Jacobites have succeeded in Hades, so we have another democracy. Well, just checking my my national focus isn't. Looks like Formosa, or Taiwan, is now a state. So, let's actually focus workers here. Yeah, since not really much into the. This is almost done. Not much into the whole. Why is this island part of this? Whatever. Not much into the working stuff. There's not much I can do before the end of the game in some of the other areas, so might as well just spread them out into areas I think I can work something with. Well, Lithuania's got white peace from Germany, and they're actually... Oh, okay. Since Germany was the main opponent in the war, they got peace with Russia too. So Russia loses again. They're just big losers. What? They were just fighting in a... whatever. What the fuck ever, man. That is weird. Well, Hungarian patriots are actually taking chunks of Germany here. So, Slovak nationalists. More Hungarian patriots. So... pretty interesting. What? Whatever. Okay, last year to go. We'll probably finish up Keynesian economics, and then I'll probably just put a bunch of little texts in just to see how we can do that. How many of them we could finish? Get some Afghan nationalists over here in Polotsk. These guys are being real stupid though. They're not fighting these armies. They have 4.2 thousand guys and they have 29,000. They're just running around in circles, recapturing territory rather than fighting the armies. So. Whatevs. And then there's Jacobite rebels here and Afghan nationalists. Oh, they just own this. And the Jacobites are guarding it for them. So, yeah, I guess. Well, we gotta humiliate casus belli on the United States because they lost to the angry riders. There's still a lot of communists, but not really any in any dangerous numbers now. And they're really scattered, so it's not too dangerous. Okay, well, irrelevant stuff is done. Do a central money bank, whatever. It's fine. Still watching this this province here to see if it flips to Croatia. It may or may not. I know there's a certain time limit that it'll flip. I think it's 2 years. We'll see. Okay, well, one after the other. Australia and New Zealand wanting independence. I just realized that I have £1 billion. Gigapound. It's awesome. They're doing the same do-si-do here that they're always doing. And the Turks are watching. And no more communists. completely... Oh! Whoa! Wow. Now we got a war. Occitania declares war on Germany. I'm not allied with either, so, whatever. It's interesting to see how it turns out, though. They're trying to liberate this. Not this. This. Tiny, tiny place. Which is tiny. That's a pretty major war, actually. Germany, Lithuania, Russia, Belgium versus, well, Occitania and Switzerland, I guess. Looks kind of lopsided to me. I've seen lopsided wars go weird, though, so we'll see. And we'll see if they even finish. We might have a war going at the beginning of Hearts of Iron. Well, Germany gets white peace from Switzerland by bum rushing them. And they're pretty much taking over Occitania. I don't remember where they're... Holy crap, they're losing really badly. There's a battle going on here. But I can tell because this occupation progress hasn't gone up in like a month. Where's their capital? Marseille. And Marseille's about to get taken. So, I think Germany's winning. Holy crap. Yeah. And they lost their, like, best ally. And they're crushing with the Russians here. So, it doesn't look like they're going to do very well. It's interesting that Switzerland's not being neutral. So, that could turn out badly for them. Remember, they used to be an Austrian vassal. And now they're not. Because Austria is Germany. Remember that Germany is not Prussia, it's Austria. So, that could turn out badly for Switzerland later. Since it doesn't have the whole neutrality thing going for it. Couple more months left. And this war might end because Marseille is going to get taken. Before Alsace-Lorraine is, so... Yeah. We'll see. Well, it looks like they think they're winning big time. And they're going to try to grab Languedoc, which is somewhere. I have no idea what that is. Am I stupid or something? Oh. Okay, here. Okay, we've discovered central money banking thing. And the game is going to end before this war is over. So, we're gonna have a cliffhanger ending with this war. So that's pretty exciting. Whatever, it doesn't really matter. Let's just play it off. And see if they give up after they capture this, which they will. And see if they get this. This is actually part of Languedoc, so it'll give them a lot of war score. And the battle's still going on there. There's still no result there. There's a battle going on. There we go. Whatever, Germany. The only province they have is this. And I think they're having a battle over it, so we're not going to see anything unless we see a little bit more yeah, this is where the... Oh. Okay. So we did see the war end. The German Empire has taken part of Occitania. And that'll be the end of the session and the end of the game, I would presume. So Germany comes out on top. Game over. Upper house. Rearranged. More fascism. So, hang on. Stop autosaving. So, January 1st, 1936. 100 momentous years have passed and we have entered the modern age. The world is a radically different place. How did your country do? I wonder how our country did. Looks like we did pretty well. 1.02 gigapounds. We ended up having a lot of bureaucrats because of okay, this is bugged. 2% conservative. I think the pie charts are right. It's just giving us the wrong numbers. So, our score was more than twice anyone else's. The German Empire and the United States were slugging it out for the top 2 spots. And the Roman Empire was pretty close. So, solid core here. Turkish Caliphate wasn't lagging too far behind. And then pretty much everybody else was like holding up the rear. Now, the Netherlands and France, and surprisingly Andalusia, were, you know, duking it out for that 9th and 10th spot. Although Andalusia fell back. And then Russia. Russia's surprising because it used to be a great power and only fallen very far back. Rome has risen quite a bit. So, the papal state, that is. You can look at the ledger, but there's not really anything interesting in here. Well, let's take a look at the military scores. Well, Bhutan and Sikkim have 0 score, basically. And no industrial score. They never got industrialized at all. Little bits of prestige. Pick up a total score. Yeah, pretty much the same. Bhutan managed to get a bunch of prestige, though. How many uncivilized nations are left? Yucatan is the biggest. Although Manchukuo is pretty close, too. I think Manchukuo is actually bigger than Yucatan, but probably have higher population and everything. Definitely higher military scores, so that would reflect that. And then Bhutan and Sikkim. I thought that Persia was an uncivilization, but they're not. They're actually civilized. So, yeah. That will be it for Let's Play Victoria 2. I'm going to be coming back and making another video on how I'm going to do the conversion and be taking suggestions from there. So, for Victoria 2, this is Flying McGovern signing off for the Celtic Empire.